Hi there and welcome to my channel. Today I thought we could do a little bit of a sketchbook tour. It's been just over a month since I finished Mermay, so I feel like it's been enough time for us to have a look through the art challenge and gather my thoughts now that it's over. I did a few test pages before beginning, but here we go, here's the start. So I just did a really quick title here, and the colour pencil did smudge onto the other side of the page, and I do have to rub it out occasionally, so I think there's definitely quite a bit of transfer in this sketchbook. This is a Stillman & Burn Alpha sketchbook, and I probably will be doing a review at some point because I have quite a few thoughts. I've then got the entire prompt list on the next page. I really love doing this. I didn't do it for Inktober, and then I added it afterwards, but I really love doing this. It's just lovely to refer to. The first prompt was self-portrait, and this was a really good one to start with. I just kind of stuck my face on a mermaid. I was using a vague reference photo, and it was actually like a dress that had flowers on, but I didn't want to bother with any of that, so I just really quickly did this, and it was a lovely intro. Unfortunately, there is a little bit of transfer here, which is going to be a common theme, as you'll see as I go by. It's really sad. The second prompt is upside down, so for this one, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I wanted to do a fish with human legs, and this was the perfect opportunity. Quite a lot of people did it, actually. I don't think it needed to be upside down, but I quite like that it's double upside down, you know? The third prompt is twisted. I went for like a vine jungle kind of themed gal, and I really like this one. I do need to use greens more often. I do like it. I just don't think the line work is very good, but I mean, that's probably because my hands were shaking and I was hungry and it wasn't actually very good. The fourth prompt is Star Wars, and I basically just used Payne's Grey for this piece. I love the water blooms. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, but the mask isn't very accurate. The mask was really difficult to do because the entire thing is like black. It was really difficult to try and make highlights and make it defined, but that's how that one turned out. I do like the lightsaber too. Next is Cinco de Mayo. Unfortunately, this one it went a bit patchy. I do quite like the hair. Some of the paints, I don't know why they went so patchy. I think it's probably the paper. 6 is Mushroom, and I think this one is really cute. The anatomy is a little bit off, but this is a combination of Pyrrole Red and Cadmium Red, and I think this one is Cadmium Red and this one is Pyrrole. It's just a tiny bit pinker. They're slightly different shades, but I really love both of those colours. 7 is Merfairy. I went for a super simple look for this one. I did add slight decorations to the background. I felt like it needed a bit of something. Unfortunately, I think the colour pencil was just a little bit dark. I probably would have preferred it to not really have been there, but I think it was pretty good considering it took me like an hour. 8 is Dystopian. I had like a 3 or 4 day break after each week, so that was really lovely. And I come back to this one. Although I think the skin tone is a little bit patchy, I think it actually has quite a lot of dimension like in the face, and I really like that. It's not subtle at all that I've hidden the arm. And I feel like looking at it now, actually half the problem is because the shadow goes underneath, which means the arm is on top. So how is the arm on top without a hand? Yeah, I should have done it the other way. I should have done the shadow on the arm so it looked like it was behind. Yeah. 9 is Heartbreak. This one didn't quite go to plan. There wasn't much of a plan, but the water and the paint just kind of spread and did whatever it wanted. It was really difficult to control. This is Celestial. I really love the metallic here and all of the gel pens. I don't think the mermaid is very strong, but I really like the background. Next is Villain. I wasn't happy with this when I painted it. I recorded hardly any footage on my phone and on my camera because I wasn't happy, and I know the hand isn't fantastic, but looking at it now, I think it's actually really recognisable. I don't know why I didn't like it so much after I painted it. But I like the hair, and I do think she's pretty recognisable. This is Companion. I don't know if you'd be able to tell that that's Shaggy without Scooby there. I'm just going to say it now. I think Scooby looks like Scooby, but I'm not sure Shaggy looks like Shaggy. But I tried to do him a little bit in my style because I didn't want it to be like exactly like the cartoon. I wanted it to be a bit in my style. It was something new and I do like it. I wasn't going to do the top and the tails separately, but I kind of needed it to look a bit more like him, so I did the clothes that he wears, and I think that was a good move. Next, we've got old money, which was a really confusing prompt. I did this. I wanted to include a kind of jellyfish mermaid, and I feel like I've sort of done that. I quite like it. I don't think it's super accurate. She does look pretty bald. Next is Mama. I love the outfit. I just don't think the face looks anything like Gerard Way. I wanted to do Gerard Way from MCR because that's what I thought of for Mama, but I need to do fan art. That's what I need to actually do. I need to do recognisable people more. Then we've got horror. This one is a little bit spooky. I like it though, I'm happy with it, and I don't think it's too terrifying, mostly because you can't actually really see the teeth. I think this one was number 16. I didn't add the numbers this time round, and it kind of means I forget where I'm at. I think this one's 16. This is Taylor Swift in the old red get-up. Again, I think that there isn't much likeness in the face. I need to practice painting actual celebrities. But I do like the metallic, and I think the outfit is still quite cute. Next, we've got emotion. For this one, I used my Pantone colour book and picked 3 colours, and I think it's really lovely. I think using a limited colour palette worked. I had a bit of an issue where I painted like the one after this page, and when it went over, you're probably going to see now I point it out, there, and there especially. It reactivated, and it's a little bit awkward because basically the green went on this side of the page. It doesn't lift very well, this paper, so I was scrubbing at it to try and lift up the green and it literally just ripped the paper. It was really sad. But this one fared alright considering the paint left. This is Viridian, and I want to say like a bit of neutral tint maybe. It's an interesting look. It kind of works. I'm not sure. It wasn't a super successful day, this one. But the prompt was deep sea, so I kind of went for like an anglerfish. Next, we've got Sunrise. I still really love this one. I think this might be one of my favourites. It changed a lot. It wasn't supposed to be all orange. This was kind of orange and this was orange, but this was supposed to be her holding a sun. But it was really difficult because I'd already done this layer and this layer. It was hard to make it look lighter, so I had to go a little bit darker. And I wasn't going to make her skin tone like as light as this and her hair as light as this, but I kind of like the theme. I also like the kind of red eyeshadow. That was spontaneous and I think it kind of works. This one is 20. I remember this is music for a sushi restaurant. I saw the prompt for this one and I was so confused. Number 21 is Body Positive. I remember this because it ended the 3rd week and then I took a little bit of a break. I really like the kind of cobalt turquoise kind of colour that is the theme on this one. I really like it. I remember when I was recording it on my phone, it was so strange because I was recording it on cinematic and the eyes were blurred. The entire thing was in focus and the eyes were blurred. It was so strange. It didn't go to plan. It was supposed to be like the hair was a lot darker, although actually I think the hair might have originally been something like pink, but then I quite liked the splashes of green, so I went with that instead. All of my ideas change as I go along, honestly. Then moving on to the final week and a half, I did this one. This was Zodiac, and so I tried to paint a Leo kind of character design. This is like completely off topic really, but I like this rock. This rock is a combination of brown and blue and I like this rock. I think the mermaid is a little bit patchy, if I'm honest. I don't know exactly what it was. The paint just kind of sat on the paper rather than actually going in, and it might be because it's really light paper, so that's probably why. It's only really for light washes. I had high expectations for this one and it didn't meet them. Next we've got Tradition. I really like this one, but again it didn't go to plan. You can still see the mark my nail varnish left, unfortunately. There was quite a few marks. I love the pink theme though. I do really love the pink theme, but I didn't plan on doing the background, so the entire mermaid was supposed to be a lot lighter, but because I had to add the background I had to go darker obviously because it's watercolour. I love the shades though. I love pink. Absolutely my favourite colours to paint with. Let me know down below which colours are your favourite colours to paint with because mine are 100% pink. Next we have Zaddy. I'm just going to skip over this. I didn't really know exactly what it meant, so I did a pirate man and I like the sword. I'm not sure about the rest. I got my Winsor & Newton dried gouache out for these two, and because I didn't really have any chance to warm up and I hadn't actually used it since March of Robots, this was my warm-up piece. This was food. Honestly, I mean, The skin tone isn't great. She doesn't really have hands. I tried. I think the hair's kind of cute. Then I did Jewel. I think the skin tone's a bit better in this one, but the hair's worse. So I guess we swapped places. It's kind of cute. It's just kind of a gal covered in jewellery, I guess. Next, we've got Halle Bailey. I think I probably did do the hair a bit too red. I was hoping it would be a bit more red in the film, but it was kind of brown orange. That was the only letdown. I really enjoyed the film. I just wish her hair was more red. I know it's trying to be realistic, but red hair. The next prompt is Sailor. This was a successful day. This was the most successful day. Again, I've got red eyeliner. Why are the only girls with eyeliner red? I don't mind because it's the red that I like, but that's just something I've just noticed. I really like the eyes on this one. I think it works well. I like this entire page. Next, we've got Barbie. This one, I feel like it had so much more potential, but the skin tone is too similar to the hair. And you can kind of tell it's Barbie, but it's not great. But hopefully I can do a scene from the movie as well when that comes out. I had a bit of a mess here as well. There's quite a lot of pages where basically the binding on this paper has a gap where the water gets in underneath and this happens. The 30th prompt is blue. This one was negative space, and I do really like how this one turned out. This literally took me about 20 minutes. This was probably my fastest mermaid of the entire thing, and I absolutely love how it turned out. This is the only painting where the mermaid is lighter than the background, but I think it works. The final prompt is Good Night, which is such a lovely prompt to end on. You probably can't see, but there are like metallic gel pen dotted about. I wanted to go for like an elf mermaid with clouds and a kind of floaty look, and I think I kind of achieved that one. I did quite a lot of green as well because I don't really use green at all, so I sort of experimented for this challenge, and that is the end. I probably will write the dates somewhere. There is quite a bit of transfer, so I'm probably going to put wax on each of the pages just to stop any more. That's the Mermay art challenge completed, my first ever. I really hope you enjoyed looking through and seeing what I painted. If you're interested in watching the videos, there are 4 weeks linked down below so you can see every mermaid I painted. I also took part in March of Robots, which is also like a 4-week challenge, so that's down below if you're interested in watching like a similar kind of art challenge. I will also leave the March of Robots and Inktober sketchbook tours down below if you are interested in seeing something similar. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye bye!